All right. Hello and welcome. My name is Galel Fajardo. I am the affiliate director here at SellHealth, and I've got another training session for you today entitled Generate Recurring Income While You Sleep. So you may be listening to this going, okay, what the heck does that mean? How can somebody actually generate recurring income while they sleep? Is that even possible? I'll tell you right now, it is absolutely possible, but early on, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're looking for a solution that is going to be turnkey or done for you where you don't have anything to do, just go ahead and stop watching this right now because this requires some work. But if you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to put in the effort, I can promise you that this formula works because I have done it. I continue to do it and it works. All right. So let's dive in to the topic. But before actually I start training, I wanted to go over one quick thing for all of you that are currently on this. So I'm going to share my screen real quick here. And I'm going to go over the promotion right now that we're doing here at SellHealth. Right now, as of today's recording, today's October 11th, 2022, until December 31st, 2022, we're doing a promotion right now where you will earn a 65% commission on all sales of Erectin. Okay. Now, this is huge because with Erectin, we have blocked off resellers. We've blocked people who, a lot of times, for example, some of our other offers that exist, excuse me, we will have resellers. Resellers are not permitted for Erectin. This is an affiliate only offer. So basically right now it's for you to take advantage of. You can earn up to, you will earn a 65% commission on all sales of Erectin. And the nice thing about this is the fact that the formula is exactly the same as VigRx Plus. It's just in a gel capsule, as you can see here on the screen. Plus, every time that you make a sale of Erectin, it puts you into a random drawing to win a trip to Affiliate Summit in Las Vegas. Now, that's taking place the 23rd through 25th of January. You will win complimentary round trip airfare, complimentary hotel accommodations, complimentary networking pass, special VIP dinner with our team. This is a value of $5,000. You can choose to take the $5,000 if you are unable to travel. But we hope that you do travel so you can come hang out with us. We're also going to be giving away a DA50 plus backlink, 1-year subscription to SEM Rush Pro plan, 1-year subscription to KW Finder, and then also paying for a sponsored post on a high authority news site. So, I mean, we're putting a lot of money behind this to incentivize affiliates to get out there and sell Erectin. Now, what we did a year in advance is we started buying a bunch of media for this offer so that we could really increase the amount that people were learning about this brand and seeing the brand. So we've really invested a lot into this. Now, we are giving it back to the affiliates right now by offering 65% commissions on Erectin. If you are buying sponsored posts or doing some media buys, get a hold of your affiliate manager and let us know because we do have some additional incentives there. So go check that out. The other thing I wanted to point out that we're doing with our websites is we're really moving to a model where we're simplifying a lot of sales pages. So for example, here, if you go to erectin.com/lander, this is our one-page lander example. So if you click on clinical studies, it takes you right back down, onto the same page. Formulation takes you right back to the same page. How it works, FAQs, it's all on the same page. And one of the things that we're doing too is we're removing some of this sales copy just to make it a little bit simplified, making sure we're just kind of shortening up that that information for different users. So that is what's happening there. The next thing, so I want you to make sure you're taking advantage of this. You're taking advantage of Erectin. Again, Our banners, our top converting banners are all listed in the affiliate portal. And if you have any questions on it, please, by all means, contact your affiliate manager and we will get you taken care of. All right. All right, let's get ready to roll. And let's just dive right into this. Okay. So generate recurring commissions while you sleep. Now, if during this, those of you that are live have questions, please feel free to drop those into the chat. The majority of you are going to end up watching this on a recording, so you won't have the benefit of asking questions, but I will do my best to go slowly enough to make sure that I'm not talking too quickly here for you. All right. So what is one of the biggest mistakes that most affiliates make with traffic? And again, this is based off of what I see, based on my side of the table. So understand that from my side of the table as director of the affiliate program, I see all the traffic coming through our program. I see what really well performing affiliates are doing, and I see what really poor performing affiliates are doing. I see the traffic sources that every affiliate brings through. I see what good affiliates are doing, what they're not doing, or what good affiliates are doing, and what the not so good affiliates, what they're doing. And one of the mistakes that I oftentimes see with affiliates who are not maximizing their income is that they try to convert on the first try. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? That they try to convert on the first try. The fact is, we've seen that, different studies have shown it takes many times to expose a potential customer to something before they are willing to buy, generally speaking. Now, does that mean that people won't search a term, land on your website or land on your landing page, and then they won't purchase? No, not at all. There's many people that will. But the mistake that most affiliates make is they assume that people are going to click and they're just going to buy. And we see this mistake oftentimes, like with pay-per-click, where affiliates will be so lazy that they'll violate our terms and conditions and they will direct link. So they'll have their ad and they'll directly link their affiliate link inside of that ad copy. And that does no good, right? And that's even worse. So understand that people will have to be exposed to an offer multiple times before they actually buy. And so for you as an affiliate, keeping that in mind, that people are not going to buy the first time, the vast majority of the time, usually takes them about 6-7 times to see something before they'll actually buy it. Here's the next question. If traffic shows up to your page and then leaves, where do they go? Well, they're going somewhere else to find a solution. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to focus on creating a resource, whether it's a pay-per-click campaign, whether it is an organic website that allows you to be able to be a resource for people, something that allows your site to be to be able to provide solutions for somebody. Okay. That is the ultimate goal. The goal is to become that resource for somebody. So how do you do that? How do you become a resource? Well, you become a resource by providing that key that unlocks the information for somebody. So for example, somebody has a problem. I'm going to start here on this side. Somebody has a problem. They're looking for a solution here. You insert yourself in the middle. So it's problem, you provide the solution. Now you've put it all together. A plus B equals C, right? So you've got to be that person. Well, how do you do that? How do you provide a solution? Well, what you have to do is you have to position yourself as an expert and position yourself as somebody who has a way to take that person and deliver them outside of the problem that they're dealing with. Okay. So One of the best ways to do this, because you have to maintain dialogue and communication with this person who has a problem. One of the best ways to do this is by staying in front of them. Well, how can you stay in front of them? One is retargeting. So you can retarget them. They show up on your site, they leave, and then they see banner ads that remind them of your website. Downside of that, retargeting, you need to have a good amount of money to do that, right? Retargeting can be expensive. And you basically just, you become some of the noise again. And unless you have a really solid brand for your affiliate website, which very few affiliates do have, unless you have a strong brand, it's not going to be tremendously effective. Okay. So I kind of throw that out the window. The next possible solution is getting them to follow you on social media. Yeah, that's effective. That works. Creating a social media brand for your affiliate website. The downside is that, at least when I was an active affiliate in the supplement space, I had 20 different websites. So what am I going to do? Run 20 different social media accounts to try to manage all that, right? So that's not entirely realistic if you have multiple affiliate sites like most of our affiliates do have. So instead, what I recommend and what I have found that works outstanding is email. Okay. Email marketing. Now, this is where many affiliates fall short. Is I will talk about email marketing and then they go, this sounds like too much work. I'm telling you, it takes some work, but I'm going to lay out for you here in this training a sequence. I'm going to give you exactly the way that I would write an email and show you the formula that I have used and continue to use today in different, niches to generate income. Okay. So your goal is to earn money while you sleep. This is not a fallacy. This is like something that can actually happen for you. Okay. Because I have done it and I've seen it. It still happens for me. Okay. Your goal is to earn money while you sleep. So what does that even begin to look like? Well, let's talk about it. Earn money while you sleep. What you're going to do is you're going to build, nurture, and speak to an email list that you create. Okay. So building a list, right, is what does that mean? That means adding people to an email list. Okay. So these are people that choose to opt in. This is not buying email addresses from some list that you find on Facebook. It's not scraping guest books online for email addresses and spamming people. This is this is building a list. Okay. This is starting from like brand new, fresh, having people come in, give you their email addresses, and then you nurture them. What does nurture mean? Nurture is building a relationship. Okay. Those of you that, maybe some of you are single, some of you are married. I'll give you an example. So for me, I'm married. I've been married to my wife for the last 18 years. Emily and I met when we were in high school here in the United States. I live here in Southern California. And I met Emily when I was 14 years old. And when I was 15, she was 16. She's a year and a half older than me. And I always try to remind her whenever possible. When I was 15, I asked her out on a date. And we had a good time. And so I asked her out again on another date. And then over time, really over a span of a couple of weeks, we became boyfriend and girlfriend. And then we went to, she graduated high school, then I graduated high school. We went to the same university together and we continued dating throughout university. And then I nurtured that relationship over time, right? Got to know her. She got to know me. We built trust. Eventually to the point where I asked her to marry me. She said yes. We got married and now we've got 2 kids, a dog, and life is crazy, right? And crazy good in a good way. But notice I did not ask Emily to marry me when I was 15 years old, right? Well, first off, 15-year-old doesn't really have any business getting married, but also it's a matter of trust. She doesn't know who I am. She doesn't know who you are. Same thing for any of you who go out on a date with somebody, you're interested in somebody romantically. You don't ask them to marry you the first time out, right? No, you have to build that trust, get to know each other, see if this is a potential mate that you can have for the future, right? So doing business and affiliate marketing is very similar to that. Okay. Now, I understand that asking somebody to make a $70 supplement purchase is much different than asking another human being to share your life together for the rest of your life. That's a much big, we're talking about different commitment levels, right? But the concept and the mindset is still the same in that we have to build trust with people. We have to teach people, let people know they can trust us, that number one, we're not selling something that's scammy, right? That the link that you are providing is actually going to a legitimate product, and that you're not gonna that the website you're sending them to is not gonna just steal their credit card information, right? So there's just like a little bit of trust that's built, and there's lots of ways of being able to build that trust. Then I say, speak to the email list you create. So in order to speak to somebody, you have to have a certain voice, right? And so, for example, look at the way that I'm working with you right now on this webinar. Okay. I could let's see if we can notice the different change in tone. Okay. So I'm going to give you one tone right now. I'm going to change and I'm going to act out something for you. Okay. All right. Hey guys, what's up? Galel here. Going to talk to you about internet marketing. Okay, what is that tone? That's a very relaxed, almost like doesn't really care, lazy maybe, right? Hands behind the head, relax back, talking to you really slowly, not really engaged. Versus, this is Galel Fajardo. I'm going to talk to you about internet marketing, and my way of doing it is the only way to do it. So listen up and take notes. Okay, what's that tone, right? That's like an angry, authoritative, angry, and I wouldn't even say authoritative, authoritarian, right? Angry tone versus the tone that I have with you right now. I hope the tone that I'm conveying with you is one that's relaxed, that's upbeat, that's positive, and that's showing collaboration, right? So it's like tone matters in how you speak to your audience. Tone matters. So I would encourage you to think about, how is it that you are going to portray yourself to your audience? And maybe look at your campaigns. If you've been struggling up to this point, maybe you haven't reached the level of success that you would like to in the SellHealth affiliate program, or maybe any other affiliate program that you're doing. Maybe take a look at the way that you speak to the audience. Are you conveying a certain personality or persona to them? Is there a certain tone that you're speaking in? I don't know. That's something to evaluate. Okay. So now that we've talked about this, right? Building, nurturing, and speaking to an email list that you create, I want to explain why. The why is because this will maximize your traffic. What do I mean by maximize? Well, let's say that you are ranking organically for certain keywords, okay? And I'm going to focus today on testosterone, okay? So let's just talk about testosterone, right? And let's say you've been publishing content that is all about how to naturally increase your testosterone levels. And, you've got some of our Prime Genix offers. I've got Prime Genix bottles over here. I got Cortisync, and I've got Calm Lean, and I got Testosterone sitting somewhere over here down on the floor. I got Dim 3. I got all kinds of stuff over here, right? So you're talking Prime Genix offers, and you're talking about how to naturally boost testosterone levels. Well, traffic is going to come in on those terms. But unless you give them a reason to stick around, like if you're just trying to sell to them only and that's it, they're going to leave and go somewhere else. So instead, here's what how I want you to try to look at the ideal traffic funnel. Okay. So first, visitor arrives. They see your opt-in. Okay. They see your opt-in offer here. Let's say they give you a micro conversion, right? So a micro conversion is like a mini conversion, micro conversion where they follow you on Instagram, follow you on Twitter or Facebook. Okay, that works. That's one way that they'll be able to keep in touch with you. Again, that one doesn't always apply, because if you have multiple affiliate websites, it's going to be hard to run 20 different Instagrams, 20 different Twitters and Facebooks, right? Or they give you their email address in exchange for an opt-in. Okay. And that's what I really like, right? They give you their email address in exchange for an opt-in. You then nurture that relationship, like we discussed, right? We talked about the dating example, right? You nurture that relationship and you sell every single time that you communicate with that audience. Okay. So visitor arrives, you show them an opt-in, they give you their email address, you nurture that relationship by regularly emailing them. And every time you email, you sell them something. All right. So let's go into the steps here. Step one is to create a persona. What the heck does that mean? Well, what it means is asking yourself, who will you write as? Okay. So for example, on this call today, we've got Francisco. Okay. So Francisco, I don't know what type of websites you have or what niches you work in, but I'm going to use you as an example, Francisco, because you've got my grandfather's name. My grandfather's name was Francisco also. So Francisco's got a website, and let's just who wants to throw out a niche? Somebody want to like drop in the chat, drop some kind of a niche that we're going to be targeting. What type of product do you want to sell? If you guys are willing to do that. Otherwise, I'll just come up with one, but I always like using examples from other people instead. Mail enhancement. Okay, let's get more specific. This is why I wanted to do get an example. Let's go more specific into mail enhancement. What about mail enhancement? What topic within mail enhancement? And again, the reason I asked this live here on the webinar, folks, is because a lot of you start off very general. You're up here and you focus on this very broad category. Okay. And so how can 50 plus more 50-year-old? Okay. So it's like, so targeting men over 50. Okay. That works. We can go with that. Okay. So we'll go with that. So the mistake that I see is a lot of you will go up here and just say, okay, I'm going to have a site all on mail enhancement. You can do that, but then you've got to make sure you drill down deeply into these topics so that you can be way more specific about who you're targeting, because 20-year-olds searching for stuff on mail enhancement are going to be different than 50-year-olds searching for mail enhancement. So Francisco gives the example here. He wants to do a mail enhancement website focusing on men over 50. Outstanding. So who will you write as? I would tell you, write as an individual who is over 50. So let's call you, 62 years old, right? What's your name? Let's like make up a name for you, right? Are you going to be focusing on the Spanish speaking market? Then give yourself a Spanish speaking name, right? So come up with a name for your character that you're going to be writing as. What do you do for a living? Let's see. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a men's fitness coach. I'm a sex coach, right? Whatever it is that you want to say you do for a living, put that in there, right? You're creating this bio for this, right? For this persona, this avatar that you're going to write as. Okay. Then including in there, why should a consumer trust you? So add in stuff that will apply to your life, right? Like, are you married? Are you, do you have children, right? Like all these different things, like whatever it is in your life that make you more human, right? Like include that in the bio. Again, you're not using your own name. You can use your name, but you don't have to use your name. So I would just encourage you, whatever it is that you end up doing, like whatever you end up setting up, make sure that you create this complete package so that the reader can try to connect with you. Okay. And then again, what we talked about previously is what's your tone and your voice going to be? Is your tone going to be authoritative yet friendly? Is it going to be, relaxed yet educational? Like, what's that going to look like? Right. So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what your tone and your voice is going to be. So create that persona, who you are going to write as. Okay. Basically the character that's going to speak and make your website come alive. Okay. Next is you want to create a compelling opt-in. Okay. Now, what's great about this is that PDF checklists work great. Okay. PDF checklists. So I just got back from Traffic and Conversion Summit down in San Diego. And so I was talking with an affiliate. She was one of the speakers there, and she generates millions of dollars a year in affiliate commissions. And she said her number one email opt-in across the board are PDF checklists because they're super easy to do. She's got like 30 different checklists that she's created. And now she has a team, right? So her team's creating these. But she started off with one. And then she started creating more and more and more as she started getting into different niches in affiliate marketing. And what her recommendation was, just constantly test which PDF checklists work the best, right? And so, you got a male enhancement site targeting men over 50. Run one for a week, send 1,000 visitors to it, see what your opt-in rate is. Then try another one with another 1,000 visitors, right? Or whatever, however many number of visitors you want to test out. But you got to keep testing. Okay. Is your website targeting a specific problem? If so, make the opt-in related to fixing that problem. Okay. I love PDF checklists because you can just open up a Word doc, type into it, add the check boxes to it, right? Turn it into a PDF, boom, opt-in done, right? Very easy to do, right? Very simple, doesn't require anything fancy. I'm telling you what, I have done opt-ins with zero graphics. It's literally just been stuff that I put together in Word, right? And then just, formatted nice, turn it into a PDF, boom, you're done. Don't overthink it, okay? I've talked to some of these affiliates, they're spending, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars trying to create this fancy ebook opt-in. It's like, no, don't do that. Make life simple, okay? Make it short and sweet, all right? Examples of opt-ins. Create a brief, okay? 1 to 5 page PDF with a topic like the following. Okay, so I'm going to give you some examples of topics. Now, I talk about PDF checklists. That's great. These are little like 1 to 5 page PDFs that could be ebooks, they could be checklists, they can be whatever. Okay, so I just put these together for you this morning. The 4 secrets supplement manufacturers don't want you to know. Now, let's like break down the headline a little bit. I always like using numbers in a headline. I have found numbers work well to make things more specific versus just saying the secrets supplement manufacturers don't want you to know, just like the secrets. Okay, that's okay. But when I say the 4 secrets, now it's like, ooh, I want to get down to the nitty gritty. There's something psychologically compelling about knowing a specific number. And I like making them not even numbers, right? Like the 10 secrets, the 20 secrets. No, it's like the 4 secrets, the 6 secrets, the 7 secrets, right? 7 ways. So you'll see when you see me writing some of these headlines, right? So the 4 secrets supplement manufacturers don't want you to know. Okay. It can be very easy to put something together like that. Okay. Like what would be a secret supplement manufacturers don't want you to know? There's many supplement manufacturers out there using really cheap ingredients. That's one thing they don't want you to know. Right. And I say this from the supplement manufacturer side, right? Our company, this is what we do, this is what we put together, right? So the 4 secret supplement manufacturers don't want you to know, oh yeah, they use super cheap ingredients and sell for really expensive compared to this brand that I really trust, that I know uses high quality ingredients, and here's why, right? Whatever. Second one, 7 ways to naturally increase your testosterone without injections. There we go again with the numbers, right? So I talk about 7 ways to naturally, so if I've got a testosterone site and I'm talking about, helping men over 50, right? Like let's say I'm targeting men over 50 on testosterone. 7 ways. So 7, I'm not going 10, I'm going 7 ways to naturally increase. So that's going to draw me into it because it's something that I can naturally do. Increase your testosterone without injections. Now, again, one of the things that helps with headlines is being contrarian. Okay. Going against the grain is something that's helpful, because if you talk to men over 40, over 50, over 60, by and large, if you were to ask them, how do you increase your testosterone? The vast majority will probably tell you, well, you're gonna have to get testosterone replacement therapy, right? Which testosterone replacement therapy, I mean, I know a ton of guys doing TRT, and it requires injections. So now if you provide something that's contrarian, something that's different, that goes against the grain, where now you're talking about 7 ways to naturally increase testosterone without injections. Now, if I'm interested in testosterone, that's going to get my attention. That's going to get my attention to then go and say, I'm curious about this. I want to know what these 7 ways are without injections. Another one, right? If we're talking about gynecomastia, otherwise known as man boobs, right? How to get rid of man boobs in 6 weeks, a step-by-step checklist. Think about that. If there's a man who has, male breasts, otherwise known as gynecomastia or man boobs, you're providing a solution for how they can get rid of them in 6 weeks. Okay, here's a step-by-step checklist. Okay, so you're talking about a problem that they have, getting rid of it quickly, and step-by-step solutions that they can follow. Outstanding. Next one, boost your HGH levels by 33% in 60 days. Again, you're making a big claim, like a big hook is like, hey, boost your HGH levels, and you're not doing it by 50%, by 100%. No, you're choosing an odd number, 33%, right? 33% in 60 days. Now, again, I wanted to pick a number that was realistic. 60 days, pretty realistic. And, you look at our studies with Gen F20 and Hyper GH, right? You can see how that helps, right? With boosting HGH levels. But again, how to do blank by this number in this number of days, this number of weeks, this number of months, right? That sort of thing. Those are examples of nice opt-ins. Let's collaborate. Okay. So if you have ideas or you want some help and you've got some ideas on some, and you've got like, hey, here's the topic that I'm thinking about. And you don't care about sharing it with other affiliates, like as far as like, certain topics. So let's say like you're targeting gynecomastia, like man boobs, and you're like, hey, I had this idea for so-and-so opt-in. If it's an idea that I like and I would want to like utilize it, I'll help put together some of the content for this. So I would be willing to put some legwork into it. The only thing that I would ask is that it be made for other affiliates. Obviously, you would get to swap out your affiliate link, right? So you would have your own affiliate link inside there. Other affiliates would have their affiliate links inside there. But if you have an idea that you'd be willing to have me do the legwork on, send it over and we can discuss that. So there's my email address, galel@sellhealth.com. If there's a good idea that, I would want to invest some money into to create some opt-ins, I'd be happy to do it. So just reach out to me and we can discuss. Step 3, write a 5-day opt-in sequence. Okay. This I took straight up from Ryan Deiss. What's the name of his book? The Invisible Selling Machine. Okay. The Invisible Selling Machine. I'm going to drop the link for it right now. The Invisible Selling Machine. This is where I got that from. And it was that book, reading The Invisible Selling Machine by Ryan Deiss, or it's just called Invisible Selling Machine, by Ryan Deiss, that taught me initially the power of email. The power of email to truly make money while you sleep. I thought it was BS. I was like, there's no way this actually works. But I was like, man, so I started talking to people about it, and like, no, really, email works. So I started doing it, and I've been blown away by how effective email marketing is. I mean, I know everybody wants to talk about text messaging and push notification. All that stuff is well and good, and it works. But I'm telling you, email is like the original communication method that we had on the internet back when I was a kid, right? And like first thing was you get an email address. And Deliverability, there's tons of ways to improve deliverability. So I'm a huge fan. Anyway, I digress. So step 3, write a 5-day opt-in sequence. So tell your visitor upon opt-in what they can expect. So this is sample text that I've included in emails before. Hey, you're going to receive another email from me tomorrow morning containing additional tips on how to naturally boost your testosterone levels. Okay. You'll get additional emails from me for the next 4 days explaining each way that I have used to increase my testosterone naturally without harmful injections, right? You're going to receive another email from me tomorrow morning containing additional tips on how to improve your sex life as a man over 50 years old. You're going to get another email, tomorrow morning containing additional tips on burning fat without taking stimulants, how to increase HGH over the next 60 days, right? Whatever it is, that compelling offer that you're going to be pushing them, that is what you're going to include in that email when they opt in. Okay. You're telling them what they can expect. You're not going to be surprising them by just sending them these emails. No, you're going to tell them, hey, you will receive another email from me tomorrow containing additional tips on blank. You'll get additional emails from me for the next 4 days explaining blah, 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 in depth. Okay. So then here is your sequence. All right. Opt-in, immediate email that has their PDF that you created, your opt-in that sends immediately to them. Now, I put a note on here, expect opt-outs immediately. Outstanding. I want people to opt out if they're not going to buy, right? There's going to be people who just sign up. They just want your PDF checklist and they're going to opt out right away. Who cares? Like that's literally like no big deal. Okay. So they opted out. Great. Now that means that's less dead weight that's on your email list. No problem. Right. So people opt in, they immediately get the email with the PDF and the explanation that you gave them, right? Telling them, hey, you're going to receive another email from me tomorrow morning, right? So include that in your immediate email that you send them. The next day, day 2, send them that promised follow-up that you said you were going to give them, right? Hey, as promised, here's the email I told you yesterday that I was going to send. Let's talk further about blah, 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 whatever the subject is. Expect another email from me tomorrow at the same time when we're going to go in depth into whatever. Day 3, excuse me, day 3, send them another email. Promise them, hey, you're going to get another email tomorrow. Day 4, they get the email. Talk about it. Tell them you're going to get another email from me tomorrow. Boom. Day 5, send another email. Then tell them, hey, listen, you're not going to hear from me for the next few days. If you have questions, feel free to reply. I will respond. Like that builds interaction with your list, right? And be prepared to respond to emails. Like, do it. Hey, I have a question. Like, blah, 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 blah. That's what you want from a list, right? Is that they actually write back to you. So when they write back to you, give them a response, right? Like give them a response. Like that's what they're looking for. They're looking for they're creating engagement with you. Do it. 3 to 5 days later, send another email. Hey, what's going on? It's Galel. Wanted to, check in with you. It's been 5 days since the last time I emailed you about naturally boosting your testosterone levels. Have you found a solution that you want to try out? One of the things that when I was on my journey to increase testosterone levels, there's a lot of confusion and blah, blah, blah. Like relate to them, talk to them, right? Give them a call to action. And again, as I stated earlier in the webinar, right? Make sure that every email that you send them immediately, day 2, 3, 4, 5, the one that you send 3 to 5 days later, make sure you're selling every single time that you're emailing them. Make sure there's always a link for them to purchase something with every single time. Then after those 3 to 5 days, okay, where you send that email, then whether it's next week or the next day, send another email and then keep the same rhythm throughout. So if you're going to do daily emails, make sure that the next day you send another email. The following day, send another email. Or if you're going to do it weekly, make sure it's the same time every week. I apologize. You probably hear my dog barking in the background, but that's what happens when you work from home, right? It's probably chasing a cat or something. So make sure you stay on that rhythm, that you're sending an email. If it's weekly, keep sending it every week. Make it to the point where you know your workflow, and the visitor, your opt-in, your audience can expect emails from you at a certain day and time, and maintain the same rhythm. Okay. Now, I know some of you are looking at this going, wait a second, daily emails. Can you really send your list an email every single day? Absolutely. I've been subscribed to one email list since I want to say 2016, and received an email every single day from this individual every day since 2016. Every day. Never have unsubscribed, never have even thought about unsubscribing. Why? Because the emails pertain to me, because the emails are engaging, they're fun, they make me laugh, and they sell every single time. He's selling every single time he sends an email, and I've bought what he's selling most of the time. And I'll give an example in a little bit. But make sure whatever rhythm it is that you're going to send, if it's going to be weekly or daily, that you do that and you stick with it. Okay. Because the mistake that I see a lot of people make is they'll build this giant list and then they like never mail it because they're, oh, I'm going to get opt-outs. Like that's what you want. You want opt-outs. Get people off your list. Focus on people that do want what you're selling them. Keys to remember. This is kind of reiterating a little bit what I just said. You must email regularly. Okay. Pick one day. So here's one way of doing it. You can pick one day, write all your emails for the month, and then schedule them in advance. So let's say you're going to send an email every Wednesday. So Monday morning, you got four Wednesdays, maybe sometimes 5 Wednesdays in a month, but it's going to be four Wednesdays in a month. Monday morning, right? First Monday of the month. Sit down for an hour and crank out 4 emails to your list. Then schedule them. Now your emails are done for the month. And then you can just, like clockwork, you got them scheduled, they go out, boom. The following Wednesday goes out automatically. You've already written them. You did the work. That's 1 hour of work right there to write those 4 emails. Or you can do the Ben Settle method. Ben Settle is one of my, I've worked with Ben. I do work with him. And he's a great guy, right? Great guy, has $1 million business. All he does, for his list is he wakes up super early. I mean, the guy wakes up like 3:30 in the morning, writes his daily email, and then it goes out about like 6:15 a.m. And he does that every single day. Doesn't matter holiday or not. He does it every single day. Gets up early, writes his email, sends it to his list. And email marketing is the only way he markets his business. He's run pay-per-click ads in the past. Occasionally we'll run a pay-per-click ad to get people to opt in, but that's his main way that he's made his money. And Ben, what I like about Ben's model, so for example, right here, I have email players. Okay. This is what I'm on his list. I pay $97 a month to get this print newsletter. He ships globally. It's 20 pages long. Okay. And it's all on email marketing and copywriting and sales and internet marketing and stuff. So it's helped me be a better affiliate manager to read his newsletter. And that's why I stay subscribed, is because it's taught me a lot of what you're learning right now. I've learned from Ben and from other books. Right. But yeah, I can't encourage you enough to do that. He's built his whole business off of it. And then he writes books and then he markets them to his email list. The thing is, he sells his books for like $400, $600, $800. I have a book, El Benbow Press. I think I paid $700 for that book. Right. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of money for one book. Right. But No, it was less than 700. I think I paid 500 for that book, but still it's a lot of money for a book, right? But it's worth it. And it's not sold on Amazon, not sold anywhere else. He sells it directly, and he only makes stuff available, every so often, and he markets it by email. That's it. If you are not going to email your list regularly, this is not going to work. So just understand that if you're not willing to put in the work for that, don't start doing it, because it'll just be way more work than you need. And yeah, just don't do it if you're not going to email regularly. And you've got to sell to your list every single time that you write an email. That's the other thing, right? So don't ever, like, I love Frank Kern. I saw him at Traffic and Conversion, and Frank Kern talks about goodwill emails, right? And he talks about like building goodwill, and he talks about just like building rapport, right? And I can understand what he's talking about there, but I believe that it's a little bit old school mentality where people, yes, you want to build trust with them, but I think you can build trust and sell them at the same time, right? Like, for example, I wouldn't be doing this webinar just out of goodwill. Like, I'm not doing this webinar just because I want to be a nice guy and teach you to write emails. I'm doing this webinar because I want you to build trust with me, because I run the SellHealth affiliate program. I want you to sell all of our stuff, right? I want you to make piles of money in affiliate marketing, but I want you to do it through our program, right? Like, I'm very open about the reason we do it, right? It's like, I'm doing this so that we can build trust, so you can learn that we actually know what we're talking about here at SellHealth, and to show you ways to be able to make more money with our products, right? That's why we do this. So don't write emails just for goodwill. Don't write emails just because you want to be a nice guy or a nice girl. Like, no, you want to write it, help somebody genuinely, but you got to sell to them every single time that you email. Got to sell them something. I took some time and I wrote a sample email for you. Okay. I'm going to show you the style in which I have written supplement emails to an email list. This is like literally the way that I have done it. And so if you have questions, type them into the chat. I'll be more than happy to go over any of this stuff, but this is a sample email that I would write to my list. First off, let's start off with the subject line. Okay. 34% increase in T levels without needles. Now, I would be careful writing testosterone in the subject line, because that might get flagged. So that's why I say T levels. I lead with a number, 34% increase in T levels. You could even change this to 34% plus in T levels to like give yourself some more space. Remember, the vast majority of people reading this is going to be reading it from their cell phone. So you want to make sure that the subject line is not completely cut off, and you want to utilize the preview line in the email as much as you can. That way you can make sure people are getting the full gist of what you're saying. Hi, first name. Okay. And then I'm just going to read this aloud to you, and then I'll go back and pick certain parts. Okay. Hi, first name. I'll make a confession. I hate needles. That's why when I started researching about increasing my testosterone levels, everything I read about was regarding TRT, or testosterone replacement therapy. I don't want to inject myself every week with a big ass needle or spend hundreds of dollars a month. So I started researching. Did you know that there's one supplement that science has shown can increase your free testosterone by 34% in 2 weeks? A 2021 study showed that Tongkat Ali has a massive impact on male testosterone levels. I had to start. I ordered a 3-month supply of VigRx Tongkat Ali and started tracking my results, ... And then the email would continue maybe a little bit more. Signature line, to bringing back your manhood, signature. And then that's where you put in the name of whoever you're writing as. P.S. Here's my link again. Order from it and forward me your receipt at galel@sellhealth.com for a special bonus PDF on 6 muscle building, fat burning exercises Navy SEALs use to maintain testosterone levels. And I would say to maintain high testosterone levels, right? So that's just a little little tweak, that's just like a little thing. Be open that it's your affiliate link. So for example, if you're interested in taking the supplement that I did, please click my affiliate link right here. When you purchase from that link, I receive a commission, but it doesn't charge you any more money. You're just helping support my email list for introducing you to that brand. Like, you're supporting me and my business. I make a living by marketing great quality products, to people like you. And if you click with that link, you're helping support me and helping keep my website up and running. Like, be open about the fact that it's an affiliate link. So I highlighted where you would put an affiliate link. And then I always love putting in a PS. PS, here's my link again. Please be sure to click it, and then you can offer them a bonus. There's nothing prohibiting you to like offering a bonus. Figure out a bonus PDF, right? So then when somebody clicks your affiliate link, they buy, they forward you the receipt showing you that they actually purchased from you. They forward it to a certain email, and then you reply back with a bonus PDF. Ben Settle does that all the time. So Ben will promote other offers to his list. And he will say, if you buy using my affiliate link, forward me your receipt, and I will give you, as a bonus, an MP3 of an interview I did with so-and-so discussing so-and-so topic, right? It's just great. It costs you nothing else. Gives them another reason to like reply back to you. You can, it helps, again, create further engagement. All right. So that's an example of one email. Resources to learn how to write emails, like the one that I just did, bensettle.com. I mentioned him. Again, I am a big fan. I recommend getting his Big Book of Business. It's kind of pricey. It's like $45 on Amazon. I just dropped a link on there. Go check that out. The Big Book of Business, it's like his compilation of all these other smaller books that he had published on Amazon. He put them all together in one giant book called Big Book of Business. The Email Players newsletter, talked about that. That's right here. That's $97 a month. Really great resources, really great resource. Don't subscribe unless you're already doing email marketing. So if you're just looking to get into email marketing, don't get it. It'll be like way above. It'll be like too much. Subscribe to it once you're doing email, or if you're doing active copywriting already. Go to bensettle.com. If you opt in, you're going to get a free issue of Email Players, and it's really good. Like that opt-in was really good because it got me started with some opt-in ideas and stuff like that. So and then you're on his list. But I will tell you, if you do Email Players and you like don't subscribe just for 1 month, like be on it. Like I've been on it. You can't ever unsubscribe. If you unsubscribe from Email Players, the $97 a month, he'll ban you from buying anything else of his. So just beware of that. And there's a reason behind that. So you have to learn that from being around him. Invisible Selling Machine by Ryan Deiss. This was the first book on email marketing I ever read that got me started on that initial sequence, sold me on why I should do email marketing. I've kind of summarized it a little bit in here, but there's other in-depth stuff that I did not go over. So you want to check that out. I think I included a link on that earlier. Cashvertising by Drew Eric Whitman. Love that book. I've talked about it a million times. Cashvertising. There's the link to that. Cashvertising. I keep it at my desk at all times because I'm always writing stuff. As you guys get the email newsletter from me, SellHealth affiliate newsletter. And then I'm also like going through ad copy all the time and always updating stuff. So Cashvertising by Drew Eric Whitman, by far and away my favorite copywriting book. And then the Adweek Copywriting Handbook by Joseph Sugarman. That is an outstanding book. I'll drop a link in there so you can go check that out. But telling you right now, these resources right here, this is enough to make you piles of money. Just these right here. I started my email journey by subscribing to Ben's email list, which is free, and getting his daily emails, seeing how he writes them, seeing how he structures them, seeing how long they are, seeing how he intentionally misspells words, seeing how they're in plain text, not HTML, all these little tweaks I just started copying of his, right? And I told him, Ben, I just copied what you did, right? First year I did started doing email marketing. I made several $1,000s just from email. Then after that, it grew. So I can't encourage you enough to do this. It feels amazing when you go and you're on vacation and you're like, let's play a game. Let's see how much money I can make by email today. And I'm sitting there next to my wife. I pull out my phone, I tap away, write an email, send it. And then like 2 hours later, I refresh and I made $300. Like, that's rad. Like, there's just, I can't think of another business that's like that, right? Where you just literally like, I'm literally poolside typing on my iPhone an email right here, typing, fire off and include my links, right? Fire off the email. And a few hours later, I've made a few $100s. Like, that's a great feeling. You can do this if you just put in the work. Just put in the work. You've got to put in the work. All right. So these are great resources. Read these books. That'll help you. Need email platforms recommendations, send me an email so we can discuss what you're planning to mail, because depending upon what you're planning to do, I will have different recommendations. So send me an email, galel@sellhealth.com. All right, this took longer than I was expecting. I was expecting to take about 45 minutes, but I went in depth in a couple of things, and I've got to run and take my son to school this morning. So in the remaining like minute or two that I have right now with you, anybody that's on live that has any questions, please feel free to drop them into the chat. Francisco, you're very welcome. He says, thanks a million. Very, very welcome. Was this helpful for you? That's number one that I need to know, right? Like, was this helpful for you? Awesome. Francisco says, yes. If this was helpful for you, I would love to know. Post inside the SellHealth Facebook group if this was helpful for you. You're welcome, Zafar. He says, absolutely, another great session. Outstanding. Thank you so much. I appreciate hearing that. Post in the Facebook group. Let everybody know that it was helpful. That way they'll watch the replay if you thought it's worth it. I just, I appreciate the feedback. If you have a question, drop it into the chat right now. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and end the recording and let you all go on with your day. I appreciate those of you who were able to get on here live. I know it's different time zones and stuff, and I got a crazy schedule, so I got to make it fit my schedule here with SellHealth, with our meetings and whatnot. So yeah, let's get rolling. I don't see any questions, so I got to get moving with my day. But folks, I appreciate you being on here. And anything comes up, you have questions, you got my email address, galel@sellhealth.com. Appreciate you all being on here, and we'll see you again next time. Take care, everybody.